Hi, I'm Tess and I'm showing you how to make a baked potato that's super fancy. We're going to zhuzh it up. The way that I start out is I have a peeled and washed potato resting in a cold bowl of water so that it doesn't turn brown. Now from here, what you're going to want to do is pat it dry. And with your knife, you're just going to make it so that it doesn't roll around, so it's safer for you to cut. Just a thin little slice so that you have an easier surface to work with. From here, you're going to want to be a little careful because it's not easy to slice a 1/4 inch together and a 1/4 inch from the bottom. If you mess up, it's okay. You can always just cook it that way. But as you'll see, it's a lot prettier when it comes out if you can get it just right. So take your time and go through it. I've been making this recipe for years, and I still will mess this up. If you're afraid you're going to cut through the bottom, you can always put a toothpick in at each end to mark where you want to stop, and that's a great training wheels to creating these sort of fans in your potato. Now what I like to do is pat it dry again so that all the moisture is out when you put the oil on, and it'll create an even crispier crust on this baked potato. Set it on the sheet pan. Have your oven preheated to 450 degrees. Brush it liberally with a little bit of canola or vegetable oil. And set it on a middle rack. We're going to start out at ½ hour baking time covered with tin foil. We're going to take it out at that point, brush it again with a little bit of the canola or vegetable oil, and then bake it uncovered before we broil it to get that extra crispy skin. It's been 1 hour and 15 minutes and I just pulled it out of the oven for its final application of some canola oil. I'm going to brush it once again liberally. At this point, if you have a lot of excess oil in the pan, you can just pick up the pan oil and rebaste it. And I'm also going to put some sea salt or kosher salt right here. I have some red clay salt that I really enjoy because it shows nice big crystals. And I brush that right on top pretty liberally, and it's going to stick the same way it would to a French fry. Now I'm going to throw it in the oven and I'm going to broil it until it's nice and crispy. It could be 5 minutes in your oven, it could be 10 minutes in your oven, depending on how hot your broiler gets. But once you see it really crispy, it's time to be done. Your dinner guests are going to be so impressed with you when you can serve them a baked potato that looks nothing like the baked potato they've ever seen before. I like to call it a fan potato because, as you can see, each of these layers have started to sort of peel apart from each other, and when you slice them, it's almost like individual pieces of scalloped potato. And the way that I like to make it look like that, a little bit of Parmesan on top. And just because you need a little green on every plate, a little scallion never hurt anybody. Serve this up and enjoy.